Hello, my dear friends. How are you? Welcome to the Talentrix channel. Talentrix, we driven to explore talents from students in podcast industry. Do listen our audio-visual blogs in Kannada, English, and in Hindi. Do subscribe and press the bell button for regular updates. My dear friends, fog, weather, winds, volcanic eruptions, cyclone, storms, etc. etc. Do you know what these are called? Yes, absolutely correct. These are called natural phenomena. Let's see what Shreyas has to say about some natural phenomena in the video today.
Hello everybody, myself Shreyas R. I am studying in 9th standard in Govt Adarsha Vidyalaya, Sadhankeri, Dharwad. You might have heard about some of the common natural phenomena like earthquakes, lightnings, landslides, etc. But today I am going to share with you some of the rarest and amazing natural phenomena that you might have never heard of. It seems like they are some of the imaginary scenes from some fantasy movies, but trust me, they are absolute reality and they do exist. The first amazing natural phenomena I'm going to share with you is the volcanic lightning. Yep, you heard it right. Volcanoes can produce lightning. It is actually very hard to study what causes it, but some of the researchers have few ideas about it. One of the most common idea is that when an eruption takes place, the ash which comes out, it picks up so much of friction that it builds up static electricity which causes lightning. This is not accurate, but this is an idea given by the researchers. Moving on, let us know about water sprouts. Water sprouts look like liquid tornadoes, but while they can form during storms, they can also develop on calm, open ocean, swirling towers of wind, climbing up from the water to the sky. They are most common in the Florida Keys, although they have also been spotted on Great Lakes. Next, let us look into Lake Maracaibo, lightning capital of the world. Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela sees more lightning strikes than anywhere else on Earth. In fact, the lake is struck by lightning more than 200 times a year. It is most commonly between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. in the late spring and autumn. Moving on, let us know about the halos. Like fire rainbows, halos requires just the right formation of ice crystals in the clouds, which are high above the surface of the earth to bend light from the sun into a perfect rain. The same phenomena can also happen with the moonlight, although moon halos are usually white and sun halos can be rainbow colored. Isn't that amazing? Moving on, let us look into the fire whirls or fire tornadoes. You might have seen some of the wind tornadoes, but had you ever heard about the fire tornadoes? Yes, they do exist. And it is pretty clear how this phenomenon got its nickname. It looks like a tornado, but it is made of fire. They form when the wind patterns twist an active fire into a column. The fire tornadoes have been reported to grow as wide as 1,000 feet. Can you imagine 1,000 feet of fire tornado? It can be very, very dangerous. Moving on, let us know about the penitents. The ice spikes, called penitents, are formed in high altitudes where sunlight turns ice directly into water vapor rather than melting it to water. The subbeams vaporize small dimples in the snow's surface. Then, the uneven surface directs the sun into the tips and away from the peaks, exacerbating the trend. Next, let us know about the peeless hair. The wind can catch individual droplets of lava from volcanic eruption and stretch them into a long, thin glass wires. These strands, which are called peeless hair, can reach as long as 6 feet. It is as long as a tall human being. In Hawaii, the phenomenon is named for Pele, the goddess of volcanoes. It's also found in Norway, where it is known as the witch's hair. Next, we will know about the combustible lakes. So, you know what are combustible, right? Combustible materials are the materials which can catch fire. Some lakes are so chock full of methane that you can light them on fire. Thermokarst lakes are usually found in areas that have been stuck in permafrost for a millennia. As these lakes melt, they belch highly combustible methane that rises to the surface, meaning with a well-placed spark, you can set these lakes on fire. It can be very dangerous when a whole lake is burning. Moving on, let us know about the thunderstorms brewing in wildfire smoke. Wildfires can be so hot that thunderstorms can appear in the clouds of smoke billowing above them. So-called pyrocumulonimbus clouds can create their own lightning also. Can you imagine it? Nextly, there is actually a falls which looks exactly like a blood. It looks like as though the blood is falling from the falls. The blood falls in one of the driest regions of Antarctica is fed by an underground lake. It is full of bacteria that scientists want to study because they fuel themselves with sulfates. The water has so much of iron in it that it literally rusts when it meets air, giving the waterfall its trademark color. Nextly, let us look into the Eye of Sahara. It is formally known as the Richat structure. The Eye of Sahara is in Mauritania. Scientists think it's eroded remains of a giant dome of rock. Each band of the ring is made of a different type of rock that erodes at different speed. It's also called the almost home signal for astronauts landing in Florida. In fact, astronauts are mostly responsible for teaching us there's something there in the first place because the formation is very difficult to recognize when you walk over it. Lastly, let us know about the bright red lake in Natron. Lake Natron in Tanzania can hit 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Thanks to a nearby volcano, it has alkalinity at the level of pure ammonia. That means it's almost deserted, except for a particularly hard fish, the microbes that make it look red, and flamingos. The birds actually use the lake as their only breeding ground because there aren't many predators around to eat the chicks. But animals that do die in the lake end up so coated in the baking soda and similar chemicals that they look like they have been turned to stone. Today, we discussed about some of the amazing and unbelievable natural phenomena that exists in this world. In the next podcast, I will be back with another interesting topic. Until then, thanks for listening.
My dear friends, I hope you have learned a lot from today's video and so many more videos on new topics. Please visit www.talentrix.co.in. Thank you.